Alrighty, good morning. Thank you for attending our webinar this morning. This is Brian Wallace. I'm the Director of Marketing over at Kiefer Consulting. We host these webinars every month. We try to keep them pretty short. They're about 30 minutes. We do leave a little bit of time at the end for any questions. However, just some housekeeping. With GoToWebinar, you're going to get a little panel over on your side screen, and there is a questions dialog box. And if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to put them in the questions box, and we'll try to get to them as we move through the presentation. Just makes it easy to kind of make this thing a little more interactive if we possibly can. Again, we try to keep it kind of short. We try to keep it really to the point. And then we also allow for you guys to reach out to us with any other questions that you might have via email after the call, or if you actually have would like us to follow up with you, we can actually do that as well. So today we're presenting on OneDrive for Business. We've had a lot of customers of ours ask us about OneDrive for Business as they move into Office 365 and they start exploring some of the different applications. And so what we try to do is create kind of a introduction to Office 365, kind of show you some of the benefits of using OneDrive for Business. And today's presentation is going to be hosted by Satish. And Satish, if you want to just take 1 second to introduce yourself to the group.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Brian. Myself, Satish Nagpal. I've been working with the Kiefer Consulting for over 1 year, and I specialized in SharePoint and Office 365 space. So, without further ado, I would like to go over the agenda, which we're gonna cover it. Brian has already give a very high level overview about Kiefer Consulting. Then we're gonna see the different options in Office 365 ecosystem, and then we'll see OneDrive for Business overview and its benefits, and then we understand how it fits into the organization and understand the data and organization perspective. Then we're gonna go over and see what is the business case for migrating your documents to OneDrive for Business. Then we're gonna go over the demo. I'm gonna actually walk you through the actual portal, and then we're gonna see the administration side of it in Office 365, that how you can implement various policies or control different options from Admin Center. Then we'll see what are the compliance and policies which OneDrive for Business offers and how we can implement it. And after knowing all these things, if organization decided to migrate to OneDrive for Business, what are the options are, and then we're going to share the final thoughts, and then we will open it up for question and answer. So without further ado, let me quickly describe that what are the collaboration options are in Office 365 space. So first, I would like to address and help you to understand things in a bigger perspective. And I know there's a lot going on in Office 365, especially Microsoft is coming up new component, new functionality, new features every other day. It is important to put together all the options on a table and try to understand which option to use when and what benefits each option offers. So here are 4 collaboration options which Microsoft offers. First is the SharePoint. Now, SharePoint offers a fully collaboration on files, document, list, library, task, calendar, workflow, taxonomy, etc. It's idle when the collaborating with a larger audience, and it's required custom permission, needs to be implemented, requires support for business process automation, and SharePoint can have a robust set of policies and the procedures. So the way you can make a decision in your organization to use which option is based on the life cycle of the information. So if the life cycle of the information is pretty large in terms of compliances, record management, and so on, in that case you can use a SharePoint. The second options we are having is Office 365 Group. Now, what is Office 365 Group? So it's a combination of Outlook, SharePoint, Planner, OneNote, and OneDrive for Business. It's and when probably you can use this option is that when team needs to quickly collaborate, needs quick collaboration space to work on a small project, and the life cycle of the information or document is pretty short. So for example, in your organization, project manager has some thoughts and they would like to quickly fire up some collaboration space so they can start brainstorming session, or they can start collaborating, share some document, have some task list. So in that case, you can use Office 365 groups. The third option we are having is a Microsoft Team. Now it's very relatively new options from Microsoft. They have recently announced pretty much, I guess it's like maybe 5-6 months. And what it does is it's a chat-based workspace which supports persistent and threaded chat to keep everyone engaged. And Microsoft Teams is very tightly integrated with the Skypes, so it offers a very rich functionality of video and audio and video conferencing. It also offers emoji, stickers, and GIF. So the way it works is that it has a functionality called channels, and you can have the multiple channels on different topics. So for example, in your organization, there are a group of people who would like to know more about SharePoint or any specific functionality of the SharePoint. For example, administration, or maybe automation, or collaboration, or workflow. So in a Teams, you can start those channels, and as and when there is a new information available, they will get notified, and that's how you can keep them engaged. So it's a relatively new concept of collaboration. And the last option we are having is a OneDrive for Business. It's a place where you can store your personal file into the cloud, and you can access it from any device, or you can also share with internal team member as well as the external team member. Now, since this webinar is just a focus on OneDrive for Business, I would like to deep dive into the OneDrive for Business. Now, what is a OneDrive for Business? So OneDrive for Business is an internal part of Office 365 or SharePoint server. Since it's very tightly integrated with the SharePoint, it provides a place in the cloud where you can store, share, and sync your work files. You can update and share your file from any device with OneDrive for Business. You can even work on Office documents with others at the same time. So it offers very rich collaboration options. And the way you can access it, that when you go to the Office 365 in an app launcher, you will see this blue icon called a OneDrive, and from there you can access OneDrive for Business. Now, I know there is a OneDrive and OneDrive for Business and OneDrive. So there is a confusion around it, but how this OneDrive for Business is different from OneDrive. And it is important to understand that, what is the difference between these two flavors of OneDrive. So Microsoft offers OneDrive for Business in a two flavor. One is a OneDrive and another is a OneDrive for Business. Now OneDrive it's for personal storage, where you can store your personal files, you can manage it the way you want, and it stores on a Microsoft Cloud platform. Versus OneDrive for Business is more on enterprise focus, where employee can store their personal or a Word document, and it's managed by IT. So you can put various restrictions on it, what you can share, what you cannot share, with whom you share, with whom you cannot share, and there are various procedures and policy which you can enforce it on a OneDrive for Business. And it's available as a part of SharePoint Online and Office 365 plans. So these are the fundamental difference between OneDrive and OneDrive for Business. Now let's look at the benefits of OneDrive for Business. Now OneDrive for Business offers various benefits, and among which is all files in one place. So with the minimum plan of Microsoft Office 365 offers is $6 a month, which is a business essential, And from the initial plan. From that, it goes to all the way enterprise level E3, E5. Irrespective of on which plan you are, each user will get OneDrive, 1 terabyte of storage. It also supports cross-platform and cross-device. It also cross-device collaboration. So it doesn't matter on which operating system you are or which device you are using it. You will get seamless experience across any platform or any devices. It also has a very sophisticated sync line, so you can manage various settings using in a sync line, which is, for example, there are certain documents which you don't want to sync to the cloud, or there are certain documents which you just would like to have on a cloud, but you don't want to sync with a mobile device or your desktop. So there are various options which you can control using a sync line, and it also offers version control. The second benefit is you can get the work done together. So what is mean by it? It's offered a very simple sharing and collaborating option. For example, co-authoring, social collaboration, and since it's a very deeply integrated with Office 365 and the Microsoft space, you can start seeing, if you start using this tool more and more, that OneDrive for Business is a centerpiece where you will get across any Office application. So one example, in Office Suite, you can save any document directly to OneDrive for Business. There's no need to save any document to first on a hard drive and then migrate it to the cloud. So it's a very tightly integrated in that way. The second is email, which is the most one of the most used Office Microsoft product, that you can directly save any email to OneDrive for Business. Even on a daily basis, when we get a lot of documents or attachments, and you don't want to go through it manually on the document segments, what you can do is you can directly save all those documents and emails to OneDrive for Business. The third benefits offer is simplified IT enterprise. So it's included in Office 365 as a part of Office 365. It's offers a simple administration. The way you administer various options in Office 365 or various collaboration office in Office 365, the same way you can manage it OneDrive for Business. It offers rock solid security and Microsoft guaranteed 99.9 uptime, and it's a very cost effective, because if your organization is already have invested in Office 365, then just leveraging OneDrive for Business doesn't require any additional investment, as it's a part of Office 365 plan. So it might sound like a network drive with a more functionality, isn't it? But it's not. And in order to understand that how this is fundamentally different from network drive, first we need to understand how any organization defines its data. So in any organization we have come across, they have this gigantic network drive where they store all kind of data. So and if we have to divide all those data if you to do the classified all the data, then we can classify it in a managed and unmanaged data. And in managed data includes procedures, policies, business sensitive documents, classified information, and another part we are having is unmanaged and personal data, where employee, they can store their personal documents, or just a temporary document, draft documents. So what OneDrive offers is that it offers you to move all your unmanaged and the personal data to the cloud. It is not replacing a OneDrive for Business. And we have talked to many clients, and since the way Microsoft is using its terminology, causing confusion for a lot of folks, by understanding that OneDrive for Business can replace a one network drive. It is not. It is just a purely focused on unmanaged and the personal documents. And the reason is that A OneDrive for Business account is very tightly integrated with the individual identity. So in a network drive, in typical organization, you can create a folder, call it HR, and you can give permissions. You can give the permissions to HR groups, which is not the case in a OneDrive for Business because there is no identity for HR. Each account is linked with personal identity. So you cannot create a common account and allow people to store and collaborate on collaborate in that using that account or particularly in that account. So that is a fundamental difference between OneDrive and the network drive. Now, what is a business case? Now, if you guys have to justify your management or in your organization, if you are still, there's a talk going on whether we should migrate to OneDrive or not, it needs a business case, right? So let's review the business case for a OneDrive for Business. So first, this offers a freedom from server hardware maintenance. Since all the documents reside on the cloud, there is no need to have additional server or hardware maintenance. It also offers freedom from OS patching. So like now you have very limited amount of data in the documents to manage. So obviously you need a less amount of server and it requires less amount of time and effort to manage it. And also there is no need of recovery point object or recovery time object to keep it. It also offers freedom from schedule and scheduled maintenance. Since it's a cloud, it's available all the time. It also offers freedom from storage or quota. Now think about it. I've seen many organizations, those who have like hundreds and like terabytes of data, all stored in a network drive. Amount of kind of server and the maintenance and the administration efforts is required to maintain it, to ensure it that all the document and the information is available all the time. But once you migrate all this unmanaged data to the cloud, there will be no additional cost for storage or the management of those documents or information. It also offers data recovery. As I said in my previous slide, it has a very interesting functionality of a versioning control. So you can enable versioning control and then you can recover any documents at any time. It also offers a recycle bin, which I'm gonna walk you through in the demo. And you can see even unintentionally if you delete any documents, how you can recover it. And there are various options, various level of recycle bin. It's also give you freedom from periodic, disruptive, and expensive upgrades because now you don't need to worry about all those personal documents. Microsoft will take care of everything. The second business case would be leveraging an existing investment. As is a part of one Office 365 subscription, it doesn't require additional investment. It's just a matter of turning on those functionality and start leveraging it, and by putting governance administration around it. The third business case would be a cost saving. Since you have now very less number of documents to manage, it doesn't require many network drive or administration, performance management, transformation or migration, maintenance, upgrade. So you're gonna save huge amount of cost on different these activities because now it will be completely eliminated and it will be managed by Microsoft. The fourth business case would be robust security. All Office 365 service offered guaranteed 99.9 uptime and it's financially backed service level agreement. So these could be a business case for migrating a OneDrive for Business. Are you guys ready for demo?
Yeah, Satish, I have, before you get to the demo, I have one question that came in from Rob, and he asked if there are resources that the PC support group could put, that they could use to ensure that they have a stable sync engine installed on PCs and Macs, which will allow them to sync with Office 365, OneDrive for Business, and on-premise SharePoint 2013 sites. So is there like any resources that you would recommend? And then the other part of the question is, are there resources that help with the rollout or deployment of the latest sync engines that are available for OneDrive for Business?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I need to first understand the exact environment, and I would like to take it offline. I would be happy to answer any of your questions, or even provide you resources. Okay.
Okay, great. Yep, I know that you have a pretty detailed list of resources from an IT perspective, and you'd be able to share those with Rob, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
absolutely. So from where you can access the OneDrive for Business. When you go to the Office 365 from this panel, just click on OneDrive. And it will take you to the cloud or online version of the OneDrive. From where you can manage your files and the documents. It has a various section of it, files, where you can see all the list of files, and it also has the information panel. So if you select any of the document, here is this tiny little icon. Click on it, and then it will provide you different metadata about this document, whether the sharing has been enabled or not. If yes, then with whom this document has been shared. When was this document was modified, and actually file part of this document. Also, when you select the file, it opens up the various options, controls here at the top, where you can open this document. This is one more document. I can open it the desktop line. I can share it. I can get a link and send the link in an email, or I can share it using a link as well. I can delete the document. I can move the document to different folder, or I can also move document to the SharePoint document library. Also, I can copy to the different place. I can rename it. Then you have the recently accessed document. All the documents which you have recently accessed, you can see it here. Then shared with me. So in your organization that you are working with the various groups, and you get a lot of documents being shared with you, but here's a central place from where you can see all the documents have been shared with you. Now Discover. Discover is a very interesting feature of OneDrive for Business, because behind the scene it uses Microsoft machine learning technology. It's called Dwell, and what it does is basically that it's kind of monitoring your pattern, with whom you are collaborating, what kind of documents you are collaborating on, and it kind of learns your behavior, and if it's fine, then there is any other document or information out there available in the organization, it will automatically pull that information and show it to you here, only if you have access. So the fundamental is that rather than you go out in the organization and look for the information is come and start looking for you. That's a power of this machine learning technology. Then you have the recycle bin. If you deleted any document, you can come to recycle bin, and then you can restore it. Also, it offers second stage of recycle bin. So what happened, in the organization, administrator can set up what happened when user delete any document. First, it will go to this primary recycle bin, and then even if it's got deleted from this one, it goes to the second stage recycle bin, and then you can set up the policy that how long you wanna keep those documents. Also, you can see all the SharePoint sites here in just a OneDrive for Business, and you can see all the documents library at the one place. So you see how this is tightly integrated with Office 365, especially with SharePoint. Then you go to the one place and you see all the document at one spot. Now let's see here I have listed down the various components which is out there for OneDrive for Business. Second, I would like to quickly go to the admin center of OneDrive for Business. So from where you can access the OneDrive for Business administration is just log into the Office 365 tenant. Remember, you have to have the tenant rights in order to access OneDrive administration. You log into the Office 365 tenant, and on left-hand side under Admin Center, you have OneDrive for Business option. Click on it. It will take you to the Admin Center of OneDrive for Business. And then from here, it's basically a place where you can control, you can manage it, you can put the governance policies around it. So there are various settings you can do. Due to the limitation of the time, I would not be able to walk you through each and every settings, but just to give you a very high level idea what you can do it in terms of managing it, and the governance. So you can set up various sharing options. You can say, whether would you like to allow users to share documents externally or not. If yes, how long does it require sign in or not. So there are various options you can set up from here. Sync, you can do the sync setting from here, that whether you like allow user to sync their personal computer to OneDrive for Business. If not, you can also set up the policy where user can only sync a document with the domain joined computer, and you can also block certain type of file. Here you can set up your storage. Even though it's offer 1 terabyte of storage, you can minimize it or increase the amount of storage you would like to grant to your user. You can also set up the device access policy that if you like that OneDrive for Business should only be accessed by especially in a specific IP address or range of IP address, you can set up those policies from here, from the device access. Compliances, it's a big piece of it, especially very tightly regulated in the tightly regulated organization. So you can set up various compliances like audit, data loss prevention, retention, e-discovery, alert, and so on. And then also you can set up the notification that if there is any specific activity, you will get the notification. So here are the various options on the management of OneDrive for Business. Now, here are some of the example of compliance policies which we have put together, that auditing all the action taken against OneDrive for Business, managing mobile device connecting to OneDrive for Business data, setting storage quota on OneDrive for Business, preventing unintentional sharing everyone or all users in OneDrive for Business. Now we have implemented a couple of projects where we have implemented policy that all the mobile devices, it's a managed mobile devices, and technically if we found any non-compliance activity or which we think it's kind of a very on a high alert, we can go to the Office 365 and remotely wipe out the entire mobile device. So these kind of various policies you can set up, especially for entire Office 365, also for just the OneDrive for Business. Now, since we have gone through a lot of benefits of it, use case of it, what are the business benefits offer, how you can, from where you can access it, how you can manage it. If your organization decided to migrate to the OneDrive for Business, what other options are? So basically there are 4 options which Microsoft offers. Is first, involve the expert, those who have prior knowledge of implementing, those who understand this technology very deep and all the aspect of it. First, it's to involve the expert. Second option has use a third-party product like ShareGate or Metalogics. Now, even to leverage this tool, you also need a very technical knowledge, and it requires a lot of planning and assessment before you start migrating any of your document to OneDrive for Business. The third option is a Microsoft Fast Track. So if you are an enterprise customer, Microsoft offers this free service, Fast Track. However, based on our experience, we have seen that it is not that if you decided to use Microsoft Fast Track, they will take care of entire migration. It is not. It requires a lot of planning before you hand over all your documents or your data to Microsoft, to Fast Track team, and it requires a lot of testing and performance tuning once Microsoft has migrated all your data. So it is not just an option where you can just go to Microsoft and tell them that, hey, please migrate all your data to cloud. It's not that simple. The fourth option is you can develop the in-house PowerShell script, which offers very limited functionality, and it's only for where the amount of data is very low and the number of users are very low. So final thoughts on a OneDrive for Business is that it offers robust security. It offers pretty much unlimited storage. 1 terabyte of storage is by default, but you can call Microsoft and they can put you to the unlimited storage plan without any additional cost. It's offer huge cost saving for organization, and it's offer extensive and compliant security, auditing, data loss prevention, retention, e-discovery, alert, can leverage existing investment of Office 365, seamless experience across any mobile device, any operating system, and it's compliant. Mainly, a lot of organizations you see that they are very concerned about the compliance. So good thing is Office 365, it has many compliance here. I have just listed down the few, especially for the government organization like FedRAMP, it's Office 365 is FedRAMP compliant, Cloud Security Alliance, EU Model Clause, and there are various other compliance it has. So I would like to, I know we are running out of time, but I would like to open it for question and answer.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and unmute the lines, and if anybody does have any questions, feel free to go ahead and do a hand raise, and I'll call on you. You can raise your hand in the attendees panel. And if you don't have a question now, but you have kind of had some time to chew on the information a little bit and do want to reach out, please feel free to contact us. You will get my contact information in an email that will follow this this webinar. And also, we do have a couple quick questions. When this webinar closes, there's just the 3 quick multiple choice questions that we have, just to make sure that we are continuing to improve upon this webinar series. Again, we do these every month. The topics change. We usually advertise them through social media and our newsletter. So hopefully there'll be content that will be of interest in the future, and we'd love to have you back. At this point, Satish, it doesn't look like we have any questions from the group. We definitely do have one follow-up with Rob, and thank you for that question, Rob. We will follow up with you. But since we don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and close out the call. And again, thank you for joining us. This call has been recorded, and this webinar has been recorded and will be posted to our YouTube channel. So if you do want to revisit it or share it with somebody else, you'll be able to do so probably by the end of the day today. So thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Satish.